Okay, folks, the past paper looks exactly like this on screen on my left-hand side. Okay, let's scrutinize the past paper. It's an AQA past paper from 2016. The exam took place 17 June. It's a morning exam, 2 hours, and there are 90 marks available. Some information given. You should read it very carefully before you start your question. Okay, question number 1. The following information relates to the business of LM Limited Manufacturers of Beds. Balances at 1st of April 2015. I'll straight read the requirements. That's what always we do. And the requirement is, not in this particular page, the other page, prepare the manufacturing account nice and steady for LM Limited for the year ended 31st March 2016. Year end is very important. Okay, and they've given us 13 marks and 2 for quality and presentation. We'll easily grab it. And they've given us a space where we can write down on your left. All right. Okay, let's go to the question. Is there anything bottom? Yeah, there is more. Calculate the amount to be shown the balance sheet, the provision for unrealized profit, some PUP. We will work out. Okay, let's read our main questions first. We have given very little space for the workings. No matter, we can do workings anywhere. We can ask extra pages, extra loose sheets from the invigilator. Okay, so if the year end is 2016 and 31st March, yes, they've given you balances at 1st of April 2015. And all of these are your opening information given with opening inventories of raw materials, finished goods, work in progress. Okay, non-current assets and net book value, good. Factory machine, loose tools, office equipment. There are some prepayments of rentals, provision for unrealized profit. All of these are your opening items. Okay, receipts and payments. It's a kind of bank in and out for the year ended 31st March 2016. Okay, during the year 2016, some information. Expenses, factory straight goes into the manufacturing, general expense, office doesn't go. Premises rental, maybe it goes portion of it, all of it. We'll read the additional information. Bottom, purchase of finished goods, it does. Raw materials, the finished goods goes into the income statement. No manufacturing. Revenue income statement. Wages of factory operatives is a direct labor. Operatives, they're directly working to produce the goods. Factory wages, supervisor wages is indirect labor because they're not directly working to produce the goods, rather they're supervising. Indirect wages of sales and admin income statement. These are overheads but non-production overhead. Balances at 31st March 2016. These are closing information. Okay, raw material of inventory, finished goods, work in progress. All right, that's raw materials and work in progress. Are going to take it into account, and the finished goods goes into the income statement. Non-current assets at net book value. Okay, factory machine, loose tools. These two goes into the manufacturing accounts because we use these items to produce the goods. Office equipment, it's at office, so it doesn't go into the manufacturing, rather it goes in the non-production overhead. Prepayments of premises rental. All right, so if opening and closing of net book value assets given, we might have to work out depreciation on these two. Working 1, working 2, just writing it down, maybe different, no matter. Some additional information, always important, always needed. This is where we show our capability of accounting knowledge. Okay, there are no purchases or disposals of non-current asset during the year. Good, life is easy. Premises rental is to be apportioned 80% to factory. There we go. 80% factory and 20% office. None of our concern. 80% to the factory. We'll do workings for it. And the first one we don't need at all. Finished goods are transferred at a cost plus 20%. It's a transfer pricing, interdepartmental transfer. We do at a certain percentage. This time it's 20%. Closing inventory of finished goods comprised only goods manufactured by Alum Limited. That means they don't buy from outsiders. Okay, the first working I want to do for the rental of the premises. I've seen there is opening and closing prepayments. Okay, rental, W1, rental. These are not W1 and 2 then. Rental. Okay, so let's go at the top. How much rental? Premises rental 125, that's all right. And if you can see prepayment, the opening prepayment. Let me take the highlighter. There we go, prepayment. And it's 9, opening prepayment. Prepayment normally we deduct. If it is opening, we're gonna add it. And let's add it, 9. And there is a closing prepayment. Let's highlight it. There you go. Premises rental 14, and yes, closing prepayment we will deduct minus 14. So the answer is 120. Okay, we'll take it bottom here somewhere. Our working here worked out from 125, proper working. 125 plus 14, sorry, plus 9, yeah, yes, minus 14, you get 120, but of that only 80% we will take to our manufacturing. 20% none of our concern, we're not doing income statement, and the 80% is 96. Working number 1. Working 2 I want to do for a couple of depreciation. 1 for the, there you go, where is that? Let me take the highlighter. If you see factory machinery, this is the closing 90, and factory machine opening is 106. The difference between these two is the depreciation, because there's no purchases or sales. It's not that much complicated. It was 106 before, it has gone down to 90. So factory machine is 106 and minus 90, you should get, yeah, 16 is the depreciation. Another depreciation, loose tools. Okay, have a look, loose tools. This is the closing loose tools, 12. Opening loose tools over here, 14. So for 14 it gone down 12. So clearly the depreciation of this is 2. Let me take my pen. Loose tools, 14 minus 12, you get 2. You can do quite a few different ways. You can do a T account, a small T account. It's an asset account. Assets a debit. So balance BD you can write here, and balance CD you can write there. Then total, and look for the difference is your depre. That's how you do. Okay, I would say there are only 3 items for the workings. Not much working, we just copy paste and gain our 13 marks. All right, if you remember the performer. Okay, I normally prefer 1 column. Okay, just double confirming, is it all in thousands? Yeah, these are all in thousands. Yeah, so make sure you do write those in thousands. Okay, so thousands. All right, I'll start with opening inventory of raw materials, plus purchase of raw materials, less closing inventory of raw materials. What you're gonna get is your cost of raw material consumed. All right, let's put the figures from our question. Okay, opening inventory of raw materials is 53, and our purchases of raw materials is 251, and closing inventory of raw materials is 62. Okay, so let's put those into our answer. 53, 251 and 62. Add less, he's supposed to get 242. All this you're doing for only 1 mark. Okay, plus direct labor. You see there is a wages of I'd say 112. I've seen somewhere here. Factory operative wages. Yeah, that's your direct wages. We will take into account, which is known as direct labor, 112. There is no direct expenses. Could be royalties, very popular one. Direct expenses, there is none. Add up these two, you get 354. That's your prime cost. All right. Okay, now we will work out our factory overheads. Let's write it down. In factory overhead, we take all factory related indirect costs, and I have seen there are quite a few, starting with a factory general expenses, I would rather say. Yeah, there we go. Factory general expenses of 105. I'll take into account to gain my 1 mark. Okay, gen expenses, I'd write in 1 column. You can make 2 columns. If you have seen that we have worked out rent of premises, W1, let's quickly check it, 80% if you remember, and this is 96 over here, just highlighting for you. All right, let's take it into account, 96. Then if you remember, we have indirect labor, factory supervisor wages. Supervisor wages are always indirect, and this should be, just double checking. Yeah, there we go. Supervisors, and it's a factory, it's 29. So let's take it into account. 29, and a couple of more workings. Depreciation. We have worked out. Machine, W number 2, just did up here. Yeah, it's 16. That's for you. And 2 for loose tools. Let's write it down. 16 and loose tools, W3 is 2. These are the items we need to take into our overheads. And one more adjustment, which is work in progress, the half done products, opening and closing. So opening inventory of WIP, you add less close in of your WIP, you deduct. Let's look for those items. Those are given here. Opening is at the top and closing at the bottom. And have a look here. Your work in progress opening is 19, and work in progress closing is 26. Let's take it into account. 19 and 26, and pretty much that's it. It's supposed to get your cost of production. Okay, if you add up all these items from here, don't do these in the exam, it's just for your teaching and learning purpose, and you're supposed to get a figure of 595. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's 595. Now we have to deal with the transfer pricing. If there was no transfer price, that would have been our answer. With transfer price, they told us, let's check the question. Yes, 20% of transfer price cost plus. So what you have to do is the cost we got here, we will add transfer profit or transfer price at 20%. If you do at 20%, you're gonna get 119. Then you add, this is your revised cost, which at that cost you will transfer to another department, and the total cost is 714. Yeah, you can call it cost of production or revised cost of production. Yep. Okay, let's move to the next bit of our question, and is a PUP, provision for unrealized profit. You remember some of the items you couldn't say, it's still your inventory, so the profit, the 20%, is not realized yet. So we need to deal with these items. The question asked you, calculate the amount to be shown on the balance sheet, statement of financial position, for the provision for unrealized profit, the closing one. Okay, so you need to take your closing inventory over here, and let's check how much is our closing inventory of finished goods. Yep. Okay, I found it over here. It's 30. Oops, this is so dark color. Finished goods. Okay, so 30 is our closing inventory and 20%. So this 30 is already added up with 20%. So 30, let's take full 1,000 divided by 120, because it's a cost plus. Yeah. And times by, if you do 20, the answer is 5,000, and that's what you take into the balance sheet as your PUP. 16 easy marks in your pocket. Good luck. Keep practicing more past papers.